Alrighty, Challenger Bear, welcome to my video. Yeah. So this so cold day in here, and I was exercising before, and so yeah, today I'm gonna read chapter 3 of Bedtime. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, chapter 3. Anybody home? I called as we came in the back door. There was no answer, so I figured my mother was out doing errands or something, but made a beeline for the bathroom. Oh, the pastries, as we sometimes calls it, and I went into the kitchen. There was a pot of thick reddish of pink stuff simmering on the stove. It smelled like strawberries, probably a pie filling or something. My mother likes to bake. I dipped a wooden spoon into the mixture and stuck it in my mouth. I was just as my mother walked into the kitchen in her robe with her dumped in her towel. "Don't eat that!" she screamed. I had just swallowed a big mouthful of it, and visions of an ambulance right to the hospital to have my stomach pumped danced before my eyes as I dropped the spoon and watched it slowly to sink. I scraping frantically at my tongue with my fingernails. Buzz came running into the kitchen. "Should I call 911? What is he eat, Mrs. Lang? What's your red voice?" She shouted. He raced across the room and grabbed for the phone. "Stop!" my mother hurled. "He's not red voice, for heaven's sake. He's my strawberry, kiwi, peach first, fountain of fills, pressure Russian. It took me all day to make a Danny guy. How much of it did you eat?" "Just one spoonful," I answered. "I gotta say it tasted pretty good. Can I try it?" "I suppose." "No," said my mother. She picked up the wooden spoon, rinsed it off, and began stirring the mixture in the spot on the stove. "This stove is supposed to make my skin look tiniest younger. If it does work, can we have it for dessert night?" I said. "Very funny. If you're hungry, why don't you have some snickerdoodles in the cookie jar?" she said. I opened the cookie jar and feared it. "It's empty," I said. "Yes," she said. "I meant to make more things for me, but I can't kinda cause of in where. Getting doodled up for your big date with Brad," I said, letting my voice let out his name like a full horn. "What time is Brad picking you up?" 6 o'clock. "And don't start with me about Brad," my mom said defensively. "Who knows? Maybe he's the man of my dreams. I have to keep him of mine." "Well, I don't," I said. "You could try to be a little more supportive guy," my mother said. "Okay, how's this for a helpful hint? If you're trying to impress the full man, forget about covering your face with strawberries and go out in the yard and sit a proper skirt to wear around your neck night. I said. My mother stuck her tongue out at me and went back to the stirring. Buzz laughed, and I put him by his sleeve out onto the kitchen and up the stairs to my room. You would think it was so funny if it was your mother going out on a date, but Jack, I said as I flopped down on the bed. Who knows? Go out on the date with my mother, was asked, other than my father and me. Hopefully you won't ever have to find out. I said, you never know. I think my parents still like each other. Well, that's what you thought though, right? Yeah, I said. Have you heard from your dad lately? Was asked, kicking off his sneakers and settling in his usual spot on the end of my bed. Yeah, he sent me a photograph yesterday, wanna see? I said, rummaging around in my night table drawer. Here, I handed him the photo. Sees, said Buzz as he took in the sight of my father in a three-piece suit standing in front of his condo. I still can't get used to it. What comes, he's a businessman. Look, he's even got tassel on his shoes. Hey, how come he doesn't wear glasses anymore? Contact lenses, I said, taking back the photo and shoving it in the drawer. Which one do you like better? The old version of your dad or the new one? Was asked. I don't know. In a way, the old one was annoying, but at least he was around to be annoyed with, I said. Do you think he's ever going to come back? Was asked. I used to think so, but now, to tell the truth, I'm not so sure. I told you they are legally separated, right? That's practically the same thing as being divorced, I said as I stretched out on the bed with my arms crossed behind my head. The important word there is practically. That means it's not a done deal yet. Have you told him you want him to come home? Asked Buzz. Sure, I said. A bunch of times. He says he misses me like crazy, but he never says anything definite about coming back. Do you think your mother wants him to come back? He asked. How would I know? I said. Well, doesn't seem like she wants him to come back? I asked Buzz. I mean, does he move around the land, look unhappy and stuff? My mother never moves, so she is a sovereign person, remember? I said. Oh, alright. I'm sorry. But she shouted in the high-pitched voice as he walked around the room with his arms stretched out in front of him as he wore in the stress. Yes, certainly. It's just one for many unknown personality traits. I said, listen, it could be worse. Here's my mother. I am post-potent. I will take authority over the person-personality any day, said Buzz. At least your mother asked her age, I said. Mine acts like she thinks she is my age. She's not still talking about getting a tattoo, is she? Buzz said. No, but yesterday she mentioned something about having her neighbor pierced. Get out, said Buzz. Get in, I replied. I think her whole idiot thing about acting young is what drove my father to leave. He couldn't attack anymore, you think? Said Buzz. I know, I said. I heard him tell her it was time for her to grow up. Oh yeah, that's when she threw the papaya, said Buzz. Grapefruit, I corrected. Right, he said, Has already used to think your fox you like salt and paper shakers, said Buzz. Oh, I said. Like, do you want my mom to caress? You've seen that they are on the shelf in the dining room. She had, like, two dogs, a big black salt-shake dog with white spots and then a little white paper-shake dog with black spots. They look cute together. Your fox was sort of like that. I'll let you said. Not anymore, I said. Yeah, remember that night they were going out to dinner with his boss and your mom put on that skirt made out of paper birthday party tablecloth? Oh, personally, I remember, I said. They had a mother fight about that. Does your mom ever talk about your dad? I suppose. Not much, actually. A lot of times by bringing up, she kinda changes the subject. I think it makes her uncomfortable. Why? She probably feels guilty about driving him away by doing stupid stuff like wearing tablecloths. I said, I wonder if she misses him. People says she's never said she does. But once when she was on the pond with her friend Wendy, I noticed that she was doodling my dad's name all over the back of the phone book. That could be significant, they said, but sitting up sadly, doodling is supposed to be your unconscious mind speaking. Really? I said. Yeah, so that means he is on your mind. She probably wishes he would come home, but she just doesn't know how to get him to do it. Maybe you should step in and help her, said Buzz. Help her? How? I asked as I sat up a bit and leaned on one elbow to look at him. Like, if she can't get it together to tell him to come back, maybe you should tell him for her, said Buzz. What do you mean to tell him for her? I asked. I mean, like pretend to be her, and write him a letter or something, said Buzz. Isn't there a famous book about someone who does that? Some ugly guy with a big nose who writes great love letters for some handsome guy with a little nose who can't write words beans. I don't know about that, but I don't think writing a letter is such a hard idea, I said. For one thing, I don't even know for sure if my mom wants my dad to come back. She's pretty into the dating thing now. Yeah, but she hasn't met anybody she likes yet, right? And doesn't forget about the Palmville doodling. She wasn't writing Brad's saying all about it, was it? No, I said. Come on, I'm sure she wants your dad to come home. She just needs some help, is all. I don't know. Well, does you think it's worth a try? Listen, what if your mom ends up falling a Brad and they decide to get married? Picture it. The theme of the wedding is fall, so you have to walk her down the aisles and she wears like a V4 dress with a full veil and you're wearing a river-fed tuxedo and one of the great big fuzzy hats with earphones. You don't want to risk that, do you, said Buzz? Just then the phone rang. Guy, it's for you. My mom called up the stairs. It's a girl. Yeah, it's over. Oh, my eyes are dizzy. Yeah, but I'm done. Okay, see you in next time. Bye, guys.